What's up, guys? If you all are tuning in right now, hold on. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Please let me know, and let me know if you guys can hear me okay. Because last time I went live on YouTube, I had some technical difficulties with my mic. So please let me know. Hey, please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. I'm just trying to go live on IG too. So give me 1 sec, and we're going to talk about some things. What's up? What's up? Awesome. I see some people tuning in from Facebook and YouTube. Now, if I can just get IG to work, that'll be awesome. Hold on 1 sec, guys. Awesome. You can hear me. People tuning in from Dallas, Detroit. Nice. Chicago. Awesome. You guys can hear me. Yeah, like I said, last time I went live on YouTube, my mic was tripping and nobody even told me, okay? So it was just a whole hot mess. But anyways, I'm live on IG now. So if you're tuning in from Instagram, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I hope you guys are having an amazing, what's today, Monday? An amazing Monday. Hope you had an awesome weekend. The holidays are coming up. So I know it's been a crazy time, especially with everything going on. But I wanted to hop on here and talk about some things, talk about some money, right? Y'all know I love talking about money. But today, there was some news that came out about the proposed stimulus packages. And I also found out some information about the PPP loans. So I wanted to share this, okay? Because I know I have a lot of business owners on all of my pages. And so I wanted to talk about this, all right? So if you're a business owner, go ahead and drop me a heart down in the comments if you are a business owner, because a lot of this information is going to apply to you, just to kind of get you educated about what's going on, because I know it's difficult to keep up with everything, okay? Awesome. So with the new proposed stimulus package, it's about, $748 billion, okay? And a majority of that money is actually left over from the CARES Act from the beginning of the year when the shutdown and all that happened. A lot of that is leftover money, but like I said, they proposed a new bill and it came out today. So I was doing some research on it. And they are allocating money towards small business, of course, with the PPP, with the EIDL loans, all that good stuff, okay? So I want you guys to be aware, because I know a lot of you may have taken the PPP loan in the first round, and it will be available again in the second round. And if you need assistance with, applying, please reach out to me, and my team can definitely assist you with that once that rolls back out next year. But I want you guys to be aware of something that I realize not a lot of business owners are aware of when it comes to the PPP. Now, with the PPP loan, meaning that's the Payment Protection Program, okay, this is a forgivable loan, okay? It is forgivable. So it's different than the EIDL. The EIDL, they had the grants and then they had the loan. The PPP is forgivable if it was spent on certain expenses, right? Like paying out your employees with their salary or paying your rent associated with your business, things like that, right? Then it's forgivable. You can submit an application. With this new bill, they've actually proposed to simplify the process for loan forgiveness if the loan was under $150,000 for your business. Now, of course, you always have to read the fine print. And so I want you guys to be aware of the fact that if you take this loan, which of course a lot of businesses really benefited because they needed it, the IRS actually declared that you are not able to write off the expenses that the money from the loan was spent on, if that makes sense. So say you took a $20,000 PPP loan this first round and you went and paid, your rent or paid your employees their salary, you will not be able to write that off on your business taxes for the 2020 tax year. Okay. So a lot, like I said, that's in the fine print. They actually sent out a letter to business owners, but it was like a 6-page letter that probably nobody paid attention to. So that's something to be aware of. I don't want to necessarily shy anyone away from applying for it, because if you need it, then you need it, absolutely. Because like I said, the shutdown has affected a lot of small businesses. Over 100,000 small businesses actually went under this year, which is crazy. So it's definitely there for your benefit, but I want you to be aware of that, because coming tax season, which is coming up in 3 weeks, a lot of business owners are going to be caught with a larger tax bill than what they're used to. Okay, so I'd want you guys to go into this educated and prepared. So if you are going to be using PPP funds, or if you have already used it, or if you're going to apply again with the second round, if everything rolls out correctly, then yeah, you have to be aware of the fact that you won't be able to write off those expenses. Okay, I see a couple questions. I'm trying to have like a bunch of different screens going on because I'm live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So if I do not catch your question, I apologize. I'm gonna try to go back and go through the comments and answer everybody once I'm done. So I want you guys to be aware of that. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss any questions. I'm sorry, guys. What if you didn't earn anything? So if you didn't earn any money, you'll still of course have to file taxes for your business, but just be aware, like I said, if you got a PPP loan, meaning you started a business before the shutdown happened, and you were able to qualify for the PPP, if you used it and it was forgiven, those expenses are not tax deductible. Also, if you applied for forgiveness for the PPP and you did not receive forgiveness, you still won't be able to write off those expenses. Okay, they said that basically if you expect to be forgiven for this loan, whether you actually received the forgiveness or not, then you will not be able to write off the expenses that the money was spent on. But on the plus side, this forgivable loan will not be a part of your taxable income for your business, so that's a plus. But like I said, there are pros to cons to taking this money. There's no such thing as free lunch, is what I always tell people. So there's no such thing as free money. So there's always some type of stipulations with it. So as long as you go into it educated, then you should be good. One thing that I can recommend, if you are a business owner who did take the PPP loan earlier this year and you're not necessarily prepared to not be able to write off those expenses, just make sure your bookkeeping is in order. Make sure that you are, keeping track of every single deduction that is not included in those expenses, just so that you can lower your tax liability as much as possible. Get you a really good accountant or CPA, somebody who can really, really help you assess your financial situation. Don't try to do it by yourself. Okay, do not try to do it by yourself. Find you a good accountant, tax preparer, someone who can really help you. Awesome. Also, the new stimulus package did not really speak of any, stimulus payments. I didn't talk about that. So I know that there are some politicians like Bernie Sanders that are fighting for that to change, for them to add that $1,200 and then an extra $500 per child that you have. Right now, like I said, it's not included, but that may or may not change. We don't know yet. So that's just not included in the main page that I saw today. Also, another thing to keep in mind is that they are doing 16 weeks of unemployment. Okay, 16 weeks with an additional $300 per week. Okay, so if you recently lost your job, you got laid off because of everything going on, then yes, you may or may not qualify for unemployment, and you will get an extra $300 per week for a 16-week period. Also, I'm sure you guys have heard about everything going on with the evictions, how they have, you basically cannot get evicted right now with the eviction, what's it called, the moratorium or whatever it's called, I can't pronounce it, but y'all know what I'm talking about. With the evictions, they actually extended that to January 31st, okay, January 31st. So that can either be a good or a bad thing, depending on which side that you're on, but they did allocate funds towards rental assistance. Okay, emergency rental assistance, they have allocated funds in the new proposal plan for that. So that's, a good sign. Like I said, I'm not sure if there will be a stimulus check for everyone. They're still kind of in the works. That may or may not change, but right now it's not included. Awesome. Another thing that I wanted to talk about, sorry, y'all, I got my notes. Oh yeah, student loan forgiveness. They also included student loan forgiveness. They extended that until April 1st, or student loan forbearance. I'm sorry, forbearance, not forgiveness. Student loan forbearance is extended to April 1st of 2021. Okay, awesome. So there's a bunch. I mean, I read the first page with all the main information of the proposal, but you guys can definitely go and do your own due diligence. If you took out the PPP loan, please just prepare yourself and prepare your business, because like I said, you won't be able to write off those expenses. And they sent out a letter, but it was like a 6-page letter that probably 99% of business owners did not open up and read. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of that. So the stimulus for businesses, yes, so they did allocate money towards that. So there most likely will be a second round of PPP, EIDL, EIDL loans, all that good stuff. But like I said, the PPP, any expenses that you use that money for, it is not tax deductible. So you want to take that into consideration, and you just want to go into this prepared. With the first shutdown, we really couldn't be prepared because this hasn't, I mean, we've never experienced something like this. With the second round, we don't know what's going to happen in the beginning of the year, but the least that we can do is get a little bit more prepared, okay? Because now it's not coming as a surprise, okay? So we can be a little bit more prepared and prepare your finances. Like I said, get with a good accountant, get with a CPA, someone who can really, really assist you in making sure that, you know, you're lowering your tax liability as much as you can. And still being able to use those PPP funds that you got in order to pay employees, to pay business expenses and all that good stuff, okay? Awesome. Someone said, what about startup money? So the PPP loan, the EIDL loans, that cannot really be used to start up a business, but if you do need some help with funding, my company can help you do that. So I'll go ahead and throw the link down in the description box of this video on YouTube, and I'll put it on Facebook too once I hop off here, so that you guys can get access to that. So where can you find more information? Yeah, so you can find information really anywhere online. Look up the stimulus package. I was going off of what I felt like were credible sources. So I went to a couple different news sites. I went to fortune.com as well, about the IRS declaring that you can't write off expenses. So just make sure you're looking at credible sources. And I like to look at a couple different sources and kind of compare information, because of course everyone knows that the media and the news outlets, they're all biased, you know, one way or the other. So I try to find a middle ground with my information, but the numbers and everything that I gave you today came straight from the document that they showed with the stimulus package proposal, that first page. Okay, they showed the first page, and that's where I'm getting these numbers from. Yeah, so if you're on Instagram, you can check out the link in my bio for more info on like business funding and business credit. Awesome, guys. So I'm not going to hold y'all too long. I know it's kind of late. Let's see. Someone said for unemployment, is this a new 13 weeks after? Yeah, so it'll be actually 16 weeks. So they're adding 16 weeks of unemployment. And they actually talked about having retroactive unemployment payments, meaning, so, you know, say you got laid off in September, but you're applying in December. They talked about having retroactive, meaning you're getting paid for those weeks that passed. But nothing is completely set in stone. So hopefully we'll hear more in the morning. I know that they have until Friday, though, to finalize the spending legislation. They have until Friday. But I was saying that, you know, we should hear more solid information tomorrow morning. Okay. Awesome, guys. So I know this was not a super fun live today, but I felt like it was really important to get some of this information out, just because a lot of it does apply to small business owners, which I'm a small business owner. A lot of you guys are small business owners. So I wanted to make sure that you guys at least had some of the details that are going to affect you directly. Someone said, I got the PPP loan from the SBA. What are the pros and cons of that? So I don't know if you caught the beginning, but you can go back and watch the replay. But just to give like a brief recap. So with the PPP, it's some of the pros, I guess you can say, is money, for your business that you probably need in order to pay employees, pay your rent for your business, things like that, catch up on some things. Also, you want to keep in mind that the loan is forgivable under certain circumstances. So if you spent the PPP money on certain expenses, you can apply to have it forgiven. This new stimulus package that was announced today, they are proposing that they are simplifying the process if you have if you took out a loan of $150 or less. Okay. Originally, I think the simplified process was for 50,000 and below, but now they're proposing it to be 150,000 and below. Now, the con or the flip side of that is that any expenses that money was spent on from that PPP loan will not be tax deductible. Okay, so say you spent 20 grand on paying out employees with the PPP. Even if it's not forgiven, if it ends up not being forgiven, you still won't be able to write that off. Okay, so that's just something that you want to take into account when you are getting ready to file your taxes, because there's only about 3 more weeks left of 2020, and tax season is quickly approaching. So those are just, I guess, a con that comes with this. So you just want to be strategic. You have to be smarter than the system, find a way to work it, get you a good accountant, a good CPA, somebody who can really help you navigate this, because I know that it's a lot. It's a lot. And like I said before, 100,000 small businesses went under this year. The number is probably actually higher than that, but that's just a number that's being reported. And I don't want you guys to be a part of that number. So I definitely want to do what I can to help you all. I definitely want to do what I can to help you guys stay afloat and just get this information that you need. Hey, Portia, she said, what is the deadline? 31st of this month. Yep, so 31st of this month for this round. We probably will find out more tomorrow, at least by Friday, for the second round, because they are proposing a second round of EIDL. But yeah, for this first round, yep, the end of the month, which they actually allocated $300 billion for the SBA. $300 billion with this new proposal is allocated towards the SBA, so that they can roll out programs like the PPP and the EIDL. And remember, the EIDL, they had the grants and they have the loan. So they had the grant that they gave out, and then they also had the loan, which I believe is like a 30-year payment. Okay. And that one is not forgivable. And if you use the EIDL loan on expenses for your business, you can write those off. Okay. It's just a PPP. You can't write those expenses off. Yeah. That is pretty much everything. If you are hopping on late, make sure you guys catch the replay. If you're on Instagram, I'll go ahead and put this on my IGTV so that you guys can go ahead and catch that replay too. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. I know it's late. It's like almost 8 o'clock here in Texas, probably even later in some other cities. So yeah, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you are staying updated, staying educated. Make sure if you are on YouTube right now, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. If you're on Facebook, make sure you guys are turning on your notifications for my posts. I'm going to try to keep you guys updated, keep posting information about this, because I think it's extremely important, especially as small business owners. A lot of what's going on right now is going to affect us, it may not be affecting us immediately, but in the long run, it's going to affect us. So we definitely need to stay educated and stay updated. So the more information I find out, y'all know that I'm going to come on my platform and share it with you guys. Okay. Awesome. Yes, I love y'all. I love y'all. And then, like I said, I'm going to try to go back and answer the questions, because I'm live on 3 different platforms right now. And so I could not catch everyone's comments and questions. So yeah, I'm going to go back through the comments and try to get to everybody. Yeah. So that's all that I have for you guys tonight. I'm going to catch you guys later. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. There's somebody out there who probably needs to hear this information just as much as you do. So make sure you do that. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Oop, how do I get off? Oh,